Medicine Hat, Red Deer, Grand Prairie. It's about our industry, right? Yeah! So if you weren't here earlier, I don't want to spend a lot of time going over what I said earlier because you're probably a little tired of hearing from me. But the fact of the matter is that earlier on today, at lunchtime today, the Carpenters Union in this province were denied the right to go on strike tomorrow. And as I said to the people here that were here earlier, that we believe that's a denial of our basic charter rights. That was argued in front of the Labour Board yesterday. There was owners and contractors up in that room, and they all were party to the application. And so we're not going to be on a legal strike tomorrow. But having said that, we still have another kick at the cat. And I told people here earlier that if the UA and the electricians and the labourers turn their ratification votes down, we're all going, right? And then we had a real... I just wanted to take some time for those of you who were here earlier to talk about a few different things that are going on in this industry, that have been going on in this industry since the late 1970s into the 80s. And for those of you who were around in the days of the lockout, you know that we had arguably 85% of the industry, all trades, in this province, and things weren't so bad. But in 1982 we got locked out, as you know, and the provincial government were quick to blame the federal government and everything else. But no matter what happened, they trampled on our rights, and they started to diminish from that point forward. And some of the real issues that are in front of us today is not only this screwed up, complex collective bargaining system, where we, in the case of the carpenters, now are waiting to decide, for the labourers to decide what they want to do. Do they want to ratify? Do they want to serve strike notice? Completely contrary to our rights as an independent trade union and to the members out here that I represent. As I said earlier on, I'll repeat a couple of comments because they're important. As I said earlier on, Alberta's known right now for the so-called economic boom that we're in, although I'm going to suggest to you that working men and women in this province have not felt the effects of the boom in this province. And you know what, I know this, you and I and everybody else have barely been able to keep up with the cost of living in this province. There's a boom, but there's a boom only for a handful of people. And that's the CEOs, the corporate elite, the people who work in the stock market. But not the people who create the wealth. And we create the wealth. We create the infrastructure, the facilities, the commercial development, the oil sands development, to bring that stuff out to make major league profit for corporations. And then when unions like ours, mine in particular, go to the table and ask for a fair shake, we don't get it. And what we get is an employer organization that takes that legislation that's in place to ensure that we don't get the right to bargain and the right to strike, and they try every trick in the book, and we're going through one right now upstairs, but now they want to force the roofers to a vote in the hope that they're going to capitulate and they'll have their 19, the threshold of 19, and then the rest of us who are unsettled are going to arbitration. And I know, because I see the UA and the Boilermaker signs, and hopefully I'm going to start to see IBW signs, that we're going to turn this down. They're not going to get the 75%. They're not coming in the back door. They're coming in the front door, and they're going to sit at a table and negotiate a collective agreements that our members deserve in this province. But let me tell you what's going on, and I hate to drive a wedge between unions. But this is the sad thing, and I'm sorry to my colleagues who are leaders of building trades unions. But some of those leaders stepped up and took a deal a number of months ago. But you know what they've done since? That deal has been improved. In fact, the deal that the UA and the electricians are voting on right now is a slightly improved deal, one that I hope you reject. But you know what those other unions have done? They've opened up their collective agreements to take in that Me Too, did none of the heavy lifting, but are now going to take that on a Me Too clause. Well, you know what? If you want to be part of the movement, be part of the movement.